Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'll be reviewing this Castle Creation Sidewinder sv3. Now this is the waterproof version of the Sidewinder. This specific one, I have a 5700 kV motor and the waterproof ESC. Okay, so I've installed the system on my Traxxas Rustler, which used to be a brushed Traxxas Rustler, but I wanted more speed, torque, that kind of stuff, so I got this system. Value, it's actually really good compared to like a Traxxas Valenion system, which is a waterproof, which is brushless and can run the same packs on here. It's about a $50 difference depending on where you buy it. I got this system for about $100 brand new on eBay, and I got to pick out which motor I wanted. This is a 5700 kV, I think. It's either that or the 4600. But this can run a 3S, same as the Valenion. It is waterproof, same as this Valenion. I don't think it's as waterproof per se, because in the manual they say it's not designed really to be run submerged, which the Traxxas, I mean, you type it in on YouTube, I guarantee you'll see run videos of the brushless systems completely submerged. I know I've seen lots of them. But this one, I haven't had any problems overheating really, and I think over time as you use it, break in the motor, ESC kind of stuff, that should go away. But I have heard of them overheating, which mine haven't. It comes with no connectors on there, so solder on whichever one you want. I put on Dean's connector here, and it works fine for me. To turn it on, you have a switch down here. Just flip it on once you plug the battery in, and it'll come on. You have a series of beeps that tells you when the system's ready to go. It plugs into a standard receiver, you know, Traxxas, whatever, Futaba, Spectrum, all those receivers will work. The connectors on here are a 4mm banana connector style, and if you're wondering, if you swap out two of these wires, any two, it doesn't matter, the motor will actually go in reverse. So these wires are right now connected in the right way, so when I press the throttle, it goes in the right direction. It can run up to a 3S LiPo, like I said before, 8-cell nickel metal hydride, and a 15-volt max. Now, it's weird they say it's a 3S LiPo capable, but there's a little chart they have here. It's a gearing chart. I think it's in here. Yes. And they show you, let's see if I can find it here. Oops. 4-wheel drive short course trucks, 5 through 6.5 pounds. And they say right here, max cell 4S LiPo. Even though they said it's a 3S LiPo max. So I'm not sure about that. I would stick to just using 3S before using the 4S. Just to be safe, even though it is possible, I guess. And with the 3S LiPo on here, for this size car and the setup I have on here, it's too much power. I mean, it's too much power for the gears. Because I'm going to zoom in here, and I have the stock 48 pitch spur and pinion gear. Now this is on a lot of cars. It's kind of a standard pitch for gears on RC cars, and I've gone through 4 spur gears here, and all of them have chipped up teeth here. You know, it's completely missing when I ran a 3S LiPo in here. And I actually recommend getting /4x4 gears, pinion spur gear, because it will fit onto this slipper clutch, and you'll be able to adjust it. And I actually figured that out by swapping my /4x4 gears with these gears. And my /4x4 had a 54 tooth spur gear, and it's a little big to put the gear cover on. So you can run it still, it'll miss all these screws and stuff, but you'll just hit the gear cover. It's going to rub in there, so you probably want a smaller than 54 tooth, you know. Okay, so here's the brushless 4-pole sensorless motor, and the 4-pole, it says right on there, for more torque, and I'm not quite sure. I think it just means it's a bigger magnet inside than the 2-pole magnet, 2-pole motor. The can is pretty decent. It's shorter than the Traxxas Valenion, which I'm kind of comparing this system to that one because it can fit it. The Traxxas models, it's about the same price. It's waterproof. It can use the same batteries on here. The wires on here are really long, and I just can't imagine any car needing this much wire, because a lot of the short course trucks, the 4-wheel drive buggies and stuff, your ESC is just like right here. So really you need like half the wire. That'd be great. And even for my Rustler, which goes through the back shock tower and out, it's still long, and it kind of stinks because this thing has so much power. You're just constantly popping wheelies, and the wheelies hits the wires and stuff, and I've actually chewed through the wire a little bit, which I've put some heat shrink on to protect it. And so it'd be a good idea to protect these wires somehow by adding some type of cover to it, piping, tubing, I don't know, something that would protect it. I have no problems with the motor at all. It's really a cool finished green anodized look to it. It looks really, like tough. It is rebuildable, as you can see. These screws here to take this piece off, the can end, and yeah, it says 100,000 RPM max. I guess that's true. I don't know, but that's pretty. It's insane how fast the thing can go. I'd like to try it on my Slash 4x4 to get a more idea of how this thing performs with a 4-wheel drive. But with a 2-wheel drive, it's just really good. I love it a lot. Okay, so this is the ESC for the Castle Creation Sidewinder sv3 waterproof edition. And again, this has no problem overheating. I like the way it's styled and that kind of stuff. Although I don't like how there's not really a great spot for you to mount it onto the car. What I did was I took some just like little wire, alright? Just any wire that you have, just the stuff in the spool, alright? And I bent it in such a way where it'll actually mount to the car. And I removed one of the screws. You can't see it very well here, but I removed one of the screws that hold in the shock tower here and replaced it by a bigger, longer screw, and that screw goes through this wire. It goes across here, alright, and I screw it down into here. So I'm holding the ESC in, and it's pretty strong. I can lift the car up, as you can see, with it. The ESC, I didn't talk about it yet. It's hard to calibrate it. Not calibrate, actually. Go through the programs manually. You can get the Castle Creation link, and that'll let you be able to go on your computer and adjust it from there. Alright, but you have to buy it separately. It's like 20 bucks, I think. I'm not sure though. But to do it with your controller, it's just a pain. I can go to the end here, try to find it. There's a diagram of all the programs on here. And what you do is you go in here, and you have to go through all these. Like, let's say you want to go to the voltage cutoff to change the different voltage cutoff because you're in a different pack, which I do all the time. You have to go through all these and actually individually say no, 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 across till you get to here, and then pick whichever one you want. It can actually, the ESC can use a 4S LiPo. It has the LiPo cutoff for that. Not sure why they say it's 3S max, but it can go to a 4S LiPo. But you have to go through all these. However, there's a lot of tuning to it. There's the standard racing modes that like Traxxas has, the reverse lockout, forward brake, reverse. So that's kind of nice. And then there's the brake amount. So 25% is braking, D. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe that's what you're driving right now. Then there's reverse amount, how much percent you can reverse. There's punch control, which is actually pretty nice for dirt and stuff. Like high you probably want for asphalt if you have the right gearing on there. Drag brake. Drag brake is once you let go of the throttle, how much the car will slow down just by itself. Okay, the motor will actually brake for you automatically, just slightly. and consistently, but just slowly. So that's something that you can fiddle around with. Then there's throttle, dead bands, cutoff, motor timing, motor type, and as you can see, there's brushless, brush reversing, brushed, high powered. So there's a lot of programming you can do this ESC to really make it racy. So that's very cool. So overall, it just depends on what you're looking for. For me, I wanted to get more tunability for a cheaper price. Actually, the main thing I bought this was because it was waterproof and it was a cheaper price than the Valenion. If you're a racer and you go on tracks a lot, definitely get this one because there's just so much more tunability to it, which is really handy. The Traxxas Valenion, that's great for bashers, people who just want to just go out there and drive right away, and so you don't have to go through all those settings like I said. That's just one flaw with this that I don't like, but there's really not a better way to do it, I don't think. So value, it's great. Durability, great. Waterproof, that's great. Price is great. Traxxas Valenion. At my time right now, it's $150 or so. And I have one of those systems in my Slash 4x4, and there's a lot of power to it, which is really cool. With 3S LiPo, it just seems any speed you go, you always can just spin the tires out. Same with this though, because this thing, I mean, I go 40 miles an hour down my street, okay, and I can still floor it and pop a wheelie. So it's incredible the power this has. If you wanna get your car up to 100 mile an hour, I think you could definitely do this with this system. Just gear it high, so you're not gonna have a lot of acceleration, but you're gonna have a lot of top speed. Of course, you need new tires and stuff, but anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, dislike. I want your feedback, and thanks.